In this tutorial, we're going to learn about Microsoft's Outlook software. Outlook is best known for email, but it can also do other things such as calendaring. It has a to-do list and some other things. So this is the beginner's guide to using Microsoft Outlook. There are different versions of Outlook. They all work very similarly. Even if you have an outdated version or even a feature of Outlook will probably have most of the same features. There's a lot to look at here, so let's talk about what we're seeing. First of all, Outlook is considered to be part of the Microsoft Office suite, and so if you're used to PowerPoint, Word, or Excel, you'll recognize these tabs and ribbons. Just like those other programs, if you want to find a setting that's related to one of these tabs, you click on the tab. So I want to see all the folder settings. I click on folder and the ribbon changes to give me information about folders. What about sending and receiving? I click on send receive tab and I get information on the ribbon about send receive. So that's what this is. Now, most of your common options are here on home tab, home ribbon, and notice that each of the ribbons has some groups. So there's delete group, respond group, move group, etc. Now there is one tab that's special, that's different, and that's the file tab. When you click on file tab, it takes you to what's called the backstage view. This is kind of the behind the scenes view of your account settings. Now here is how to add a second email account into your Microsoft Outlook. That's one aspect of what we're looking at here, the tabs and the ribbons that we have here at the top. Now let's look at the lower left corner of Outlook. This is what we call the navigation bar. And basically, what it's doing is it's showing you the different tools that are built into Outlook. So the most commonly used Outlook tool that's what this icon represents. And when you click on it, you see your email here at the left, and you can read your emails and send emails. But let's click on the second symbol. The second symbol is the calendar. So this is another tool that's built into your Outlook program. Next to that, we have contacts. It's a list of people that you know, perhaps people that have emailed you, etc. And then next to that, we have a to-do list. And you can add items to your to-do list just by clicking and typing, and then tap enter on the keyboard. And it adds an item to the to-do list. And then of course, set things like a due date, start date, etc. So this navigation bar is how you switch from one Outlook tool to the next. In this tutorial, we're going to focus pretty much exclusively on email. So making sure that you're in the email area of Outlook, you should see here at the left your email address. Now if you've set up more than one email with Outlook, you should be able to scroll down and see those other email addresses too. We also have a favorites area by default. The inboxes in favorites, and so are the sent folder and the drafts folder. So those are the favorites that are there by default. But you can add other things to favorites too. Now what if you want to set up some folders for your email? How would you do that? Well, there's probably more than one way, but you can just find the email address that you want the folder to be connected to, and then right click over that email address and choose new folder. And then just give it a name. Now, once you have folders, when you click on a folder, it changes the view in the rest of Outlook. By clicking on Inbox, it will show you a list of all emails that's in your inbox, and it picks one of those and puts it in front so that you can actually read that email. Now, one thing to watch out for when you use Outlook, you'll probably notice a lot of arrows in Outlook. So for example, favorites has an arrow next to it. If I click that arrow, whether on purpose or accidentally, it will collapse all the items underneath favorites and hide them basically, and then you can reveal them again by clicking the arrow again. And the same thing's gonna happen with your email address, probably at some point. So all of my subfolders that are in my account have become hidden because I click that arrow. If I click it again, they're revealed again. Now you'll also see some arrows. They're very small, but here on the ribbons you'll see some arrows. Anytime you'll see a little arrow, that means that there are additional options that you could use if you click on the arrow. Okay, so I can click on a folder to read the email that's in it. I'm gonna start with my inbox, and I want you to look over here in the lower right corner of Outlook. You can see that it says all folders are up to date and I'm connected to Microsoft Exchange. Those are important messages. It tells me that I'm getting updates if I've recently deleted something out of a folder or put something into a folder. At this point, it's completely up to date and that change has been synced. And because I'm connected to Microsoft Exchange, I know that if a new email has been sent to me, that I'll get it momentarily. Let's look now at how to read email. So I have emails that I should read, and it looks like a little off. So if you look closely, there are some broken images by default, and Outlook doesn't want to download pictures. So if you want to see the email as intended by the sender, you might have to click here and just click download pictures. It loads the pictures, and it looks a lot better. Now, as you're reading your email, if you need to, you can adjust the width of the different part of your screen. You can make the list of all your emails a little bit wider, or the actual window where you read the email, make that wider, and same with the panel at the left. You can adjust it so that it's wider or narrower. Now for me, at this point, I have 3 emails in the list, but imagine what if I had 1,000 emails in here, or a couple hundred emails. It might be useful to sort them in different ways, and we have a tool here to do that. I can sort by date, and that's typically the way it is by default. And if I want, though, I can arrange by who sent the email alphabetically. I can also sort it by the subject of the email, but in most cases, I think you'll want to choose arranged by or sort by date. You can also click and show only unread emails. That helps you to focus in on items that you haven't seen yet. In addition to sorting, you can also search. Let's look at how to compose an email in Outlook. Let's say that I would like to respond to this email. All I have to do is make sure that I've selected the email, and then go up here to the Home tab, Home ribbon, and click Reply. Now if there's more than one person that was included in the email, I could click Reply All, and everyone involved would get my reply. In this case, because I was the only one included in the original email, it's only sending my reply back to the original sender. At this point, I can type my message. I can include attachments if I would like, and there are a couple of ways to do that. So when you're composing your message, you should get a message tab and message ribbon, and there you'll find attach file. As I'm composing my email, I can use all of the typical font and formatting options that you find in most Microsoft Office tools. When I'm ready to send the email, I might consider who else I could send the same mail to. You can do what's called the carbon copy. If you click on the CC button, it lets you select someone else to send the email to. Or you can just go down and type the email address of the person that you would like to send a copy of the email to. You can also do a blind carbon copy. And it means that this person will receive a copy of my email, but the other recipients won't know that this person was included on the email. So it's kind of like sending a secret copy of the email to someone that you want included on it. So I'm gonna click OK, and I'm ready to send the email. So I click the send button. My message has been sent, and you can see that there's a symbol here showing that I replied to this email. I can also go here to send items, and my message also shows up there, so I know that it was really sent. So even though Outlook can be intimidating for a lot of people, I hope that this tutorial has helped you to become more familiar with it, and that you understand the basics of how to get started using Microsoft Outlook. Thank you.